Man, listen. Man, listen.
Yo, yo, yo. What is up, everybody? Sorry if we're catching you off guard, if we caught you at a bad moment. Normally, you're not expecting us on a Wednesday, but there have been some things going on this week that I feel uh, need to be talked about. Let me go ahead and turn
Very
this
much.
music off. Um, so yeah, obviously, we want to welcome you all here. This is just a bonus episode. We plan to do more of these, but this one is more of a kind of empty out, um, kind of our feelings. So when Friday gets here, we can be a little bit more lighthearted because what we didn't want to do is hold on to kind of everything that's been going on in life, and then some of the conversations in the group, which some didn't go as well, and some are going amazingly, like the one we're having today in the group right now. So I
Yep.
appreciate all that, all the participation stuff that's going on that thread. Um, but we're just going to jump right in it. So real quick, shout out to our sponsors. You see them down there: Plugs, Earbuds, Audio Swim, and Premier Element UAE. Cool. So what me and Black wanted to do is just jump on here real quick, and I mean, let's just have a discussion. So if you're watching, you want to jump in, throw some comments in here. We're gonna go through some of the stuff that's been happening in the group. We're gonna talk about the Derek Chauvin trial, our reaction and our
Mhm.
feelings on the verdict, and then we're going to talk about uh, the loss of uh, Mikaya Bryant um, in Columbus, Ohio, and talk about that situation and actually be real and have a discussion about it instead of being distracted by everything that the Derek Chauvin trial was, because I feel like a lot of emotion spilt out of that into that, and everybody was jumping in there, including one LeBron James. But we'll get into it in a bit. So
Yep.
I'll just open it up right here, Black. So the verdict was read yesterday. Once they said the verdict was reached, in your mind, what were you thinking? What did you think he would actually get charged with on that one? Oh, you're sharing the link. It's
Um.
cool. I'll just go ahead
Yeah,
and
I'm
talk.
sharing it. No, I'm good. I'm ready to go. So,
Okay, okay,
honestly,
okay.
bro, like honestly, I thought he wasn't gonna get the second degree murder charge. I didn't think that one was gonna stick to him. But the jury decided that it did fit what he was charged with. So I trust them to follow the letter of the law. I don't have faith in a lot of jurors like that, but I trust them to get this one right. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that one, if they go on appeal, if that one will be something that they can overturn. Because uh, following Minnesota law, that is it's very hard to prove murder in the second degree, which is why they went for the murder in the third degree charge, which I thought would have stuck. That one and the manslaughter charge. Um, I was very, very surprised they got him on all three counts. Very surprised. Um, I was thinking either the manslaughter or nothing, but I was very surprised they got him on all three. So coming out of that, I'm happy that family has justice. I'm happy that because this is the first time that we've seen a case like this to where the officer actually goes to jail. So kudos to them for providing that justice to the family. I'm very happy for the family. Also, my thoughts are still with that family because even though he did get convicted, that fight isn't over yet. You know, they still got to go to sentencing. I think all three carry a maximum of 40 years, but I was listening somewhere like for a police officer, for an officer of the law, uh, a harsh sentence for an officer of the law would be something like 12 years. So I would hope that if that is the case, that we don't just fly off the rails and say that justice wasn't completely served. He is going to jail. You know what I mean? He is going to go to jail. We know that. How long is going to be the case? And in that time frame, I hope that they're able to come to a reconciliation. Both parties, because even though what he did was lawless and it was classless and it was horrible, I would hope that he would find time to work on himself and ask for forgiveness. I would hope that, as if with anybody, I would hope that you work on yourself, ask for forgiveness, realize what you did was wrong, and move on with your life. I would hope that for everybody involved. But it doesn't diminish the fact that all of this will not bring George Floyd back. It won't. It won't bring him back. I would hope that the police officers look at this case and see that this is not how you act. This is not how you conduct yourself. You're there to service the community, really. You're there to protect and serve the community. That's what you're there for. Big emphasis on those words. Will he make it to the trial? I don't know. That remains to be seen. So, and in that amount of time, anything can happen. You never know. So, yeah. But overall, my thoughts on it, I was very, very pleasantly surprised that they got him on all 3 counts. What about you?
So we were at work when the verdict was coming out, and they had it on one of the TVs kind of up like by where leadership and stuff sits at. They came in to our flight. It was just like, yo, we're gonna have the verdict on up here if y'all want to watch it. And based on how I was feeling, I didn't want to be around a whole bunch of coworkers when the verdict is read. Twofold. Based on certain reactions from some people, I didn't want to be either angered by them not liking the verdict or angered by them liking too little of a verdict, or you know what I'm saying? Right. So in my mind, based on history, based on trends, I was thinking like this man is probably going to get manslaughter, you know.
Right.
At most, like maybe 3rd degree sprinkled on there, because I went and I looked state of Minnesota, all their rules for like second. Like I read 2nd degree, and I'm just like, boy, it'd be something if he got this. Like the jury has to have went in there with the mindset of this man killed this dude. You know, the 3rd degree that probably could have swung. And then like manslaughter, I'm just like, if they don't get him on at least manslaughter, like the little bit of faith I have in the judicial system in America,
they fail.
Is going to go away 100%. So they went in the front. I was at my desk. I brought it up on the phone. I had my earbuds in. Shout out to the plugs. But I was watching it, and they came out and they started, you know, on this count, like out the gate, I think they went with the 2nd degree murder. And I'm thinking, I'm ready to hear not guilty, right? It was like charge of 2nd degree murder, jury find guilty. And I stopped what I was doing, and I was just staring at my phone like, shut the fuck up. 3rd degree murder, guilty, manslaughter, like, guilty.
Are
like
you serious?
The hat trick. And looking at his face, because you can tell, like, I know some people have made jokes about it, like he was looking at there like, but I'm white, I shouldn't be getting that. Low key, that's the kind of the face he had, like, but I'm an officer, like, you know, Amber shot a dude in his whole apartment, and she only got 10 years with 5 years probation. What is all this, you know? And it was like at that moment, maybe other officers are starting to pay it to like, yo, shit, if he can get this work, we all can get this work. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I was at my desk and like tears came to my eyes, bro. Like I was the only one in the flight because everybody
me
went to
too.
the other room. Tears came to my eyes. Like they came to my eyes. I wiped them away for everybody came in, and like I felt so happy. Like I felt happy, um, but not. I knew I couldn't be too happy because, like you said, that's the first hurdle, right? Get them on these charges. Cool.
Right,
Next thing, sentencing. Make sure the punishment fits the crime. Don't give them all
right,
these, guilty on this, and then set him up for, he's going away 15 years. I don't know how. Like I said, based on how the laws are written, like, bro, you should be, if you come out of jail, you should be too old to be really doing anything else with your life with these charges, my guys.
right.
So I was super ecstatic. And this kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about next. A nice segue, but I was just like, cool. We won in a sense. I didn't want to say justice until the sentencing, but we won because this usually doesn't happen. These heavy charges don't get thrown on people.
Right,
I was like,
right,
please do not do anything, people of Minneapolis, to overshadow what just happened. Celebrate,
right,
but don't celebrate like your team won the World Series. Don't flip cars. Don't be doing none of that stuff. Chant, cheer, cry, peacefully assemble. Do all of that stuff. And they did. Um, but you saw in the group as well, there was a post, somebody who posted a meme where it had several people like standing on top of a busted car, and it says, "This will be the result if they win." And then it was the same exact picture, like, "This will be the result if they lose," and it was like sad but true. Um, and I don't
Boy,
know if you had a chance to
that went
comment on it.
well.
I read about I read about 5 or 6. Like when I say read, because some of the things were just like emojis of people just looking like thinking like what is the purpose of this, right? I read
Right,
probably good 5 comments. The last one I read was from Brian Manning, who brilliantly and did a great job of explaining why he was taking offense to the post, right? I was at
right.
work. I was just
I
like,
did the same thing.
this looks like it'll be
I
something
I, I
good.
commented
Yeah,
on it.
I think this is going to be something good. So let me get back to what I'm doing. I'll come back to it at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, my initial thought is I initially looking at it, I'm just like, why do you assume this? Like why do you assume this? Um, Again, I was hoping to have a chance to go back and forth with them, but that didn't get to happen. What was your initial thought on it? You said you were able to comment on it, right? You put some thought
Yeah,
into a comment for it to start a
yeah,
conversation.
I
What'd you
did.
put?
So initially, I put so what I did comment, and I was like, because the post made me angry first and foremost, like, and I tried not to act out of anger,
The initial.
but like yeah,
Mhm.
but like this is what's wrong here, right? So my thoughts on it was, um, like we've gotten to the point where so many of us are dying, um, and we're looked at as a threat if we want justice, right? We do. Keep this thought in mind for later. So like when we get to a point to where we can't even march peacefully without being deemed a threat, they're mobilizing. Like for that verdict, they had the courthouse looked like a prison. They had it fenced off. They had it looked like they deployed there, really. So they had it fenced off. They had like 5 tons and shit by the courthouse. They were ready to mobilize the National Guard just on the assumption that this shit was gonna go bad, right? Just on the assumption, right? So, and I was like, let this sink in for a second. They've planned for this shit to go bad. They planned for it to go bad. And they've readied themselves for an uprising. This is what they've done. They've readied themselves for an uprising. Now, why is it that when that happens and you have people that have actually talked about attacking the Capitol and then went and done that shit and nothing happens? Like, that is a fundamental problem. That is a fundamental problem. And like pictures like that, I was like, this picture is an assumption of what is going to go wrong. So fuck this picture and the assumptions is essentially what I put. So, and I was speaking to the post. I was like, this is all types of wrong. You know what I mean? Like no, like yeah, but to even think that way, like you all right, put everything in guard because they're about to blow this shit up if the shit don't go the way it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, get ready because the shit is going to come. You know what I'm saying? And thank you to EJ for putting that post up. He's like, and I did put that in the post. I was like, those people were ready to fucking burn the Capitol down just off an election result. You know what I'm saying? Nobody died. Just an election result. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's sad that we can't be seen as being peaceful if shit don't go the way, you know what I'm saying, we need to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want justice. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want. And it seemed for up until that point, up until he was guilty, officially convicted, that we were never going to get that type of shit. So you can't say like the anger is unwarranted, but I mean, goddamn, man, give us a little bit of the benefit of a doubt that we ain't gonna completely tear this bitch apart. Yeah, it can happen, but you know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Lord, man. Like, why do we always have to be the ones like they gonna fuck this shit up? You know what I'm saying? Why are we always looked at as the ones like they gonna fuck this shit up? You know what I'm saying? They gonna y'all can't let them do that. You know what I mean? Like, mobilize, get them there now. You know what I'm saying?
Here's where I'm at. The same way I was like, based on trend analysis, this man was going to not get anything serious based on how things have gone. Based on how, when the results come out, Ferguson, just the initial, the I forget his name. I'm sorry. The brother who lost his life at the Wendy's in Atlanta, and then they, they rioted out there or whatnot. Like we're the very emotional people.
Yes, we are.
We get super emotional, and then time goes on, we kind of chill, and then we cool out, and then some shit happens, and it comes back out again. So I feel what happened this past summer with everything that happened, a lot of that shit got put out on notice, and they're just like, well, damn, I think more people started sympathizing with why we act out as a whole at times. Do people take it to the next level when they act out? Yes. I think not everybody can just sit here and focus their anger, especially if you're that close to the community or that close to the victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is going to happen. When that shit happens, when looting happens, all that stuff, if you get caught, you're breaking the law. Yes, you have to go to jail. I do not say that's cool. I empathize with you as a Black person because I'm sitting here mad like what else do we need to do to be heard, to be seen, for people to be like, yo, something is wrong. Like, these people aren't just acting like this for no reason. So I understand why, if you're on the outside looking in, like, here's how I say that post should have came out. Like, I hope that regardless of the outcome, that this is not the result. You know,
Right.
do that instead of the
Exactly.
sad but true. That way, people understand what you're saying. Like, bro, like they may be on edge because I can only imagine, you know, the test of fortitude that the people outside would have if he was not guilty on most, if not all, of those charges. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah.
it would have taken me back. It would have taken me back to be like, what am I even doing? Like, what do we even do at this point? You know?
Right.
Um, but again, it's I don't know what his motive was because like he deleted everything and I reached out to him. I was just like, hey man, I'm just trying to I want to know, you know, me and you like chatting, like
Right.
what was up? He was like, he didn't feel like talking about it because, you know, in the group, he said that he was having conversations or trying to explain himself in the comments, and then he was starting to get personal attacks in his inbox. You know, I'm sitting here trying to act like a teacher or principal, like, yo, can you screenshot those things and
Right.
can I
Right. That's
see?
what I was like.
Because all I wanted to do
Screenshot.
was see who was doing that, and then I can reach out to them and be like, hey man, like I know you're passionate about certain things. I know you feel a certain way, but this is not how we're going to operate here in this group. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
my man just
Right.
left the group. He said he didn't want anything to do with it. Thanked us for the shot glasses and kept it pushing. So my heart
But
hurts in that
before,
aspect. Like
yeah,
when
before
go
we
ahead,
move
go ahead.
on, before we move on that, I do want to say to the group, because it did come to my attention that people were starting to DM him for that. So I just want to say, not only as a co-host to the show, but as the manager of DFPN, if you're doing that shit, stop, bro. Like, be adult about your shit. Like, we here to have a conversation. Everybody's gonna see the comments, and if they feel a way, that's the whole intent. If you feel a way, comment on the shit. You know what I'm saying? But don't be sliding in people's DMs trying to add extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool at all. So
Like if
if you're doing it,
like if you go in the
stop.
DMs because you want a deeper conversation, you know what I'm saying? If you want a deeper conversation with that individual, like a one-on-one conversation, you know, cool, you know, keep it respectful. But you know, if that is happening, I don't be like y'all snitch on the person, but let us know, and you know we can block them from the group or whatever, because we don't want that environment to where people are just
Yeah,
like, damn, this dude
that
got
type of shit we
attacked.
don't want.
And but I don't want shit because they you see them watching the group. My man tried to post a thing, you know, you sly dog you, and Facebook was just like, what you calling motherfuckers dogs? Warning, you know. So I don't want
Yep.
strikes to happen. I don't want things to happen in this group that Facebook will consider as like some sort of cyberbullying, and then this group
Right.
gets,
Or hate speech or
you know,
something like
shut
that.
down.
Yeah.
That would hurt my heart. That would hurt my heart, man.
Yeah.
So um we are all for embracing debate, like Max said. I From what I saw in the comments up to Brian Manning's comments, nothing was crazy. I know Robin got in there. Robin knows him from way back.
Right.
I know Robin can handle herself with class and get her points across and stuff, so I wasn't worried about that. I like I feel like every
Up
time
until up until
a hot
mine, I
button
didn't
post
see
gets
any.
in there,
I didn't see anything personal. So
yeah.
I got off
So I
after my
mean,
comment.
maybe most of that stuff came from the inbox. You know, maybe most of the stuff came in
Right.
the inbox, and like I don't have proof. Maybe he was in his feelings and felt some way and was just like, uh, you know, nah, I don't want to share your shit in the inbox. Maybe he didn't get anything. You know, I'm not because I don't have evidence of either. I can't see the post in the comments because it's gone, and I can't see his inbox because he won't share it. So I'm just saying from here
Right.
on out, I think we are moving forward because today, Joanna, she posted something about Mikaya Bryant, who was the 15-year-old black girl who got shot in Columbus, Ohio. I think either 10 minutes before or 10 minutes after the verdict. I think it was before the verdict was read.
It was before.
Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Yeah, it's a whole situation, and I saw CJ saying we took another step back, but I know you wanted to talk about this one in particular. I just want to put the disclaimer out that both myself and Black talked, and we are both upset at the loss of another life, especially a young woman at the age of 15 who has her whole life ahead of her. Um, but yeah, go ahead and share what your thoughts were, Black.
All right, so before I start saying what I'm going to say, I'm going to start with this. I find this whole story tragic. There is no good outcome in this story. What I do want to offer is my perspective because I did watch the video and these are my thoughts, right? And I shared a little bit with them in the post that Joanna put up. So thank you for putting that post up, Joanna. So when I watched the video, the first thing I had to tell myself is, you don't know the whole story, which I don't. I can only judge this story by what I saw in the video. And that was from the body cam released, right? Footage. This is the only thing that I could talk to, other than like people are saying she may have called the police or she did call the police and she felt like her life was in danger. So what I'm going to start with is a very simple observation on my side. And this is only from talking with EJ. So thank you, EJ, for the conversation we had, because I actually understand why that officer did what he did, and why I won't place blame on this police officer. I won't. So if you feel a way about that, I don't know what to tell you. But this is only from me talking to a law enforcement officer who I actually trust, and I trust to do the right thing, right? So when the police officer gets there, the first thing he gets out, he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Immediately once he says that, there's a fight ensuing, right? So the girl comes out and she's rushing the other girl. She falls onto the ground, and he's like, "Hey, stop, stop, stop!" And like she goes towards the other girl, and he's like, "Put it down." And he says this a couple more times, "Put it down, put it down." And so when he fires on her, he fires 4 shots because at this point she's on a second girl in pink, right? He fires 4 shots, the girl slumps over, and that's it, right? In the video. And that's all I'm going to talk to. So the police officer did what you would expect a police officer to do. If there is an immediate threat, like he comes out, he's actually trying to assess what's going on. Like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Boom, fight. And he's like, "Hey, hold up. Now, I don't know if he saw the knife, but he immediately went for his gun because at that moment, there was a perceived threat, right? And that's all that I can see in the video. He sees that there is a threat immediately upon him, right? And then once she gets up and goes to the other girl, he tells her to stop. And at that moment, there is a threat to life on the other individual, right? There's a threat to take that other person's life. So he did what he felt he had to do in that situation and take that and take out the threat before any loss of life is happening, right? Sad end. It's a sad end, right? Nobody will want to see that happen. My question to anybody who feels like anything else could have been done, I only offer a question to you. If that knife had been any sharper and she got to both of those girls and there are 3 people now dead, what changes? What the officer did, right? So if she would have stabbed the one girl, killed her, went and stabbed the other girl, killed her, right? what changes? What should the officer have done differently? There is an immediate threat, right? The guy doesn't know how sharp the knife is. He gets out the car. He doesn't know what's really going on, right? And then there's a threat. So there's a threat. There's a perceived threat. Now, enough of that video. Enough of that video. Because I already see in the comments the shits is happening. So I'm going to offer you another question. All these motherfucking grown-ass people around this motherfucker with that baby that y'all said the police shot that baby, how come none of them motherfuckers went over there and told her to take her little ass in the house? How? Stay in the house. If you're in that much fucking danger, stay in the fucking house. How come nobody around there told that girl to do that shit? Not one person out of all them grown ass people in that fucking neighborhood told that girl to stay in the fucking house. Not one. That girl is dead because nobody around there gave a fuck enough about her fucking life to keep her in the fucking house. Not one of them. They all fucked up. And if you agree with that shit, you just as fucked up as them. That girl died for fucking nothing. Because y'all didn't have enough value on that fucking girl's life to keep her in the fucking house. Now she's gone. If her life was in danger, then goddamn it, there's men around there. Get your black ass up and help that girl. Don't let her go out there and fight. Sit her down on the couch and tell her don't fucking move until the police get here, because your life's in danger. Fucker, stand your ground law. Be a fucking parent. And if she's getting jumped, then goddamn it, go save her your fucking self. Save her. No one saved her. Not one person saved that child. There's a whole fucking community out there watching her get gunned down. And before she gets gunned down, not one of you motherfuckers took her in the house. That blame is squarely at your fucking feet. Squarely. Because you didn't stand up and you didn't protect that girl. And if she needed help, how come she didn't trust any of you motherfuckers to go help her? How? If she was getting jumped, if there was so much of a fucking threat in her life, how come she didn't trust none of y'all to go save her? Because you didn't offer that shit. You didn't make her feel safe. You didn't make her feel secure, so she felt like she had to defend her own fucking life. She's 15. You the fuck supposed to do that shit. You the foster parent. You the parent, right? Stand up and defend your fucking child. That's your fucking child. You save her. If you'd have did that, if you'd have placed value on that fucking child and not failed her, she would be alive. You know why? Because you would have had enough fucking common sense to say, stay in the motherfucking house. Fuck that. If her life is in that much danger, save her. Save her. They failed her. They failed that child. And that's all I'm going to say on it. And if you feel the way, I frankly don't give a fuck. I really don't. If you feel the way about what I'm saying, I really could care less. I don't give a fuck. That's basic parent shit. It's basic parent shit. If you love your child, don't have your child out there trying to fight every fucking body. Bring them in the fucking house. If they got a problem, you go fucking talk to the parents. That's basic parenthood shit, bro.
I don't know how to fold that up. because that is a aspect that I wasn't even planning on hitting that point, because my initial thoughts were, they show up, she comes out the house, starts attacking the first individual. Looks like they fall right in front of the cop, according to the body cam.
Yeah.
The first person falls in front of the cop. And I'm just like, so at that point, here's me. I'm just like, taser, do something. I don't know. Like do something. At that point, I guess the girl's homegirl comes over, the one in the pink suit, to try to get her off of her friend. And then Mikaya turns on her and backs her up against the car. And when you watch the video, you can see the individual in the pink go like this because she know that knife is coming. At that point, the officer shoots. Yeah. So my initial thought was, this all happens. This is before I read into it and find out that she's in the house scared of the girls outside the house because they're trying to attack her, apparently. Right? Is that that's what you got from the story? That's what you've been reading?
That's what I got from it.
Mikaya has called the cops to help her because they're coming after her.
Right.
And then, shout out to EJ and all the other ones who, I don't know if they want to come out and say they're law enforcement officers, because I know it's a taboo thing to say you're a cop nowadays, because people are going to look at you a certain way. But for those who do have like that inside look and have worked with law enforcement and have been shedding light on why warning shots don't work, tasers, pepper spray, all that other stuff, like the effectiveness of them and everything. Shout out for all that information. But at the end of the day, you were threatened enough to go in the house and call the cops. They were waiting in your front
yard.
And
if you are, stay there. Yeah.
Stay in the house. If they start trying to do shit, throwing shit through your windows, banging on doors and stuff like that, cool. So everything Black said, all the parents in here, your 15-year-old daughter comes home. There's girls outside trying to hurt me. I call the cops. They still out there. I know cops are coming. You see your daughter pick up a knife and go outside. She leaves the house to go outside. As soon as she walks out, the cops pull up. I don't know the information that the cops are getting coming to the scene. I don't know what's being told to them on the radio.
Right. You don't know that.
They show up. They see two girls going at it. One has a knife. The other one jumps in. She becomes the new target. All of this stuff is happening. She gets shot. My mindset was like, was there a less lethal way for you to subdue this girl without ending her life? Because I was just like, you shot Mikaya. The girl in the pink was kind of in front. I don't know what caliber. I don't know if they have bullets that will go through somebody and hit somebody else. Obviously, he had, good training, faith in his shots, all that stuff. So the only person who was hurt was the person who was possibly about to alter the lives of two human beings out there. Everything Max said was right. I don't want to repeat it, but just as a parent, your child is that afraid of her life where she has to pick up a knife and feels she has to protect herself when you are there as the parent, when there are other adults in the neighborhood, when there is a grown man kicking one of the girls getting up off the ground, trying to kick her fucking head off when that is happening. Is that a system failure wherever they live at in that hood where You know, families aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Neighborhood ain't looking out to do some
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Um, Shantae, I see your comment. You went in the house to grab a knife after a fight. My mom couldn't stop me because I made the teenage decision. My mom would have hit me across the head with a fucking skillet and sat my ass the fuck down, unconscious, because she would have made a fucking adult decision. I wish my kids would come in here, grab a knife, and be like, "Move, I'm leaving out of here." The only way you're leaving out of here is if you stab me. You know what? That's the only way. I'm not letting you go out there. If anybody is dying today because of some stupid shenanigan shit, it is not going to be my child. I would have went out there. If they were really pressing my kid that much, they felt that, I would have went outside and talked to these kids. Because I've done it before.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't on some shit where they were fearing for their lives, but like they were pressing my daughter to try to like get a reaction out of her. She told me about it, bro. I went out there with the quickness, shut all that shit down. Like if anything is going to,
Right.
if anything bad is going to happen to anybody, it's going to happen to me before my kids. That's all I got to say about that. My daughter's not going to come in the
Right.
house, grab a knife, go out there and ruin her fucking life because of a teenage decision. I made teenage decisions too. I drunk underage. You know what? That's the shit I made. I snuck out the house. You know, I stole money out my mom's purse and went out and did some shit. That's the teenage decisions I made. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit I'm talking about. Black is 100% correct. Yes, there are times where there is no reason for us to be shot. There are some times where black people
Right.
are just victims of needless brutality, fatalities, all of that stuff.
Hmm.
This was not one of those situations. Um, and I wanted to roll into, because Eric talked about it. Tasers only work some of the times. You know, there's
Right.
been cases where they shock the person and they get more erratic. Times where they don't work at all. Times if the wind is blowing, the tasers go somewhere else and get somebody else, or pepper spray and all this other. I'm just like, so if all these non-lethal options for officers to de-escalate and shut shit down, um, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are departments sending them out there with the only option to really de-escalate or end any kind of altercation is lethal force? They're either going to
Right.
put themselves needlessly in harm's way trying to tackle somebody with a knife, and I'm on the fence of, or in the mindset of, you know, a 15-year-old girl with a knife, you a grown-ass man with another grown-ass dude there, y'all probably could have, you know, wrestled or something like that, but you know that
Separate
didn't
them.
happen, and lives needed to be saved, Okay, you know, you did what you had to do, officer. That was your training. um but you're putting these officers in situations where they're just like, if I tase this dude, 46% chance is going to work. If I use this pepper spray based on how the fucking wind is blowing, you know, all of a sudden I got to get a certain distance from this dude to make sure it hits him and not spray and hit all the bystanders around. They're just in this position where it's almost like they're set up to
Right.
fail when they want to do the job right, or when there's an opportunity to do the job right. The asshole in Chicago that shot Adam Toledo, ran him down. Hey,
Right.
drop the gun, turn around, puts his hands up. Then he gets shot.
That was
Yeah,
fucked
he's,
up.
you know, he needs to see some people in a courtroom in a suit and tie and shit, and talk about what he did. But in this situation, like I agree with Matt. I like the officer did what he had to do. The lives of he saved two potential lives. Who knows who else she would have went after in that fit of rage. Um, and then now for the parents to be like, oh no, look, this officer did that, um, you know, and start crying out for injustice and all this stuff. Black is 100% correct, man. 100% correct. Like there comes a time where you can stop crying wolf because it's going to fuck it up for the people who really are affected by asshole cops.
Right. Right.
It's going to fuck it up, their credibility up for people who really are done wrong by asshole people. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, like I just look at it as a parent. Like after what Black said, how do you look at yourself as a parent? see your child coming so distraught to the point where they're picking up a knife to end the life of some other people, and you just gonna sit there and let them walk back out the door and do it after you have called the cops already. You can't let that happen. You put your child in that position, and it is so fucking sad. So fucking sad that she is no longer here.
It is. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
But as parents and other adults in that neighborhood who should be looking out for the youth in that neighborhood, come on now. I'll tell y'all right now, I don't even know 80% of the people on my block. I know where the little kids play at and stuff because they got their signs, right. Caution kids playing. If I hear shit going on, I look outside and I see some shit like that, I am going to go over there and try to adult like, hey, yo, what is going on out here? Like, I don't see how that wasn't happening in the neighborhood. I know some people be like, not my baby, not my problem. What's going on over there? Let me just watch from down here.
Right.
But I mean, the fact that, bro, there is too many fucking adults. Too many fucking adults. Black men watching young black girls lose their shit like that. Black men, grown black men watching young women, girls doing this.
And then
it was going to be bad either way.
The shit that kills me is like right after he shot her, the dude was like, come on, man, you ain't have to shoot her. She a baby. Well, if you fucking knew that, bro, how come the fuck you didn't help? You know what I'm saying? If you knew that, like, speak wisdom into these kids, bro. Like, here's what I want us to normalize as black people. Normalize valuing your fucking self. Normalize that shit. Put value in your fucking life, bro. Like, normalize that shit. If y'all know, listen, we in a point in time where we need to be brutally fucking honest. We need to be brutally fucking honest about all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as black people in America, that if a cop comes around 9 times out of 10, the shit ain't gonna go good. You know what I'm saying? We black. So let's hold each other accountable. We gotta stick up for that shit, bro. Like, put value in your fucking life. Put value in the kids in the community. Cause you see what the fuck they doing. You see what the fuck they doing. Give them another way. You know what I'm saying? Give them another way to think and build. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't gotta be, oh, this our hood, we gotta defend that shit. Yeah, when the time comes, but goddamn, bro, speak wisdom into these fucking kids. Exactly. Black Lives Matter shouldn't be mattering only when the cops is involved. Like, make that shit matter to you. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit matter to you. Put something in these kids where they ain't out here trying to fight each other or get to the point where they got to come see you at your shit. How about that? And if they at your shit, defend your shit and call the cops. You the parent. It ain't the kid's house. It's your motherfucking house. Go defend that motherfucker. Don't have the child out here like, I need to go out here and handle my own fucking business. Nah, if they bringing that type of smoke to your house, then shit, bring the smoke back. Defend your fucking crib, bro. But in an instant, like, make that shit matter to you. Make your life matter to you. Because when it all boils down to it, bro, like, and I hate to say it this way, if a cop has to come around and that type of shit is going down, then they automatically going to assume they got to shoot somebody. And that's the brutal fucking truth. That cop rolled up trying to see what was going on some real shit. He rolled up trying to see what the fuck was going on. Like, what's going on? Lives is in danger. Oh shit. Before that, you don't know what the fuck was going on. You don't know what he was thinking when he got there, because he got out trying to see what the fuck was going on. Like a logical motherfucker would. Right. So speak that type of life into your kids the way they ain't out here acting like that too. Since we want to be the system ain't working for us, because the system don't work for us. Well, goddamn it, make a system where it does. You know how you do that? Speak that shit into your kids. Speak it into your kids. Because they only emulate
Shantae,
what the fuck they see going on around.
Yeah. Yeah. Shantae, I see your comment. How many middle-class black men actually go back to the hood and give back? Class should have nothing to do with keeping kids safe. Low class, middle class, high class, whatever. As an adult, watching out for the kids, watching out for children, watching out for the youth is kind of what we're supposed to be doing. That's what,
right.
That's kind of like,
no matter
you know,
what
our additional duty in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like there was a parent there. Like, so there was somebody in the hood with her who could have kept her safe, who could have kept her ass in the house until the cops. I called police. There are girls in our yard trying to fight you. They are on the way. We stay in the house. We cannot be like, if the cops come in there on some bogus shit, people will film this shit. Trust me. We just can't put ourselves in a situation to where we look like some shit is our fault. You know what I'm saying? We in the house. We called y'all. They wilding out here in my yard. Can you please get them off the premises, sir? There you go.
Right.
There you go. You just, you can't put yourself in that position. You just can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that. Like CJ said, man, 4 kids went on the way. His time is spent educating his own. Shit is basic as fuck, man. Yeah. Basic human skills, parenting skills. You willing to have kids, you got to put that work in, man. The world ain't going to raise your kids itself. Because when you let the streets and shit, when you let the streets and stuff raise your kids, this is the situation that happens. But we always talking about the and middle class kids have better. You don't need resources to look out for kids, Shantae. That is my bottom line. I don't care how poor I get. I don't care where I'm at. If I see my child in the mindset where she picks up a knife to go and do some shit to somebody else, that is my role to protect you to that point where I'm willing to kill. You don't need to do that. If you out here on your own, 9 people jumping you and you pick up a knife, cool. Do what you got to do to make it home. But you're already in the situation where you can win this fight, Mikaya. Rest in peace. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the house.
Right.
You was already there. And you could not have picked a worse time to come out with the knife than once the cops rolled up. I don't know what they said. I don't know the whole situation because she was in the house and came out. I don't know how they brought her back out. I don't know. What's Joanne say? In one person's point of view or another, if you stop it, you disciplining my kid and you wrong, or you called the cops and snitch. Either way, I'll be a snitch. But you know what? At the end of the night, everybody went the fuck home.
Yep.
Everybody went the fuck home. Oh man, you snitched. The fight was to start. Yeah. I mean, at that point, when you're that mad, you're picking up a knife. Do you think, yo, chill, here come the 5-0 was going to stop her? She saw the whole cop get out the car. She didn't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you're in Silicon Valley or you in the hood or you in the hood of the hood.
It's hard for me to speak on that because I can only speak to 10 seconds that I saw. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to and that's what kills me about this shit. Like, we don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck happened before that was going on or what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But shit, man, it sucks. It sucks.
Let me just ask you this real quick. Is there any information that can come out post all of this that will change your mind saying, well, yeah, I see why she left the house now?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, and again, I hate to keep harping back to the shit, but if that is the case, then it's even more sad because there's all these people around. And like Cook said, like nobody said shit. They just had their phones out. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yep.
What the fuck? If her life is in that much danger, y'all
Yep.
just gonna sit back and let this poor child either kill somebody or get killed? Because either way, if nobody did anything, like if the cops would have arrived later, somebody would have been dead. Whether it's her or the two girls, we know that the knife in her hand, whether it's a kitchen knife or not, apply with enough force, you can kill somebody with that motherfucker. You really can. And if she was in that type of mindset to where she had to defend her life, everyone fucked up. Everyone fucked up. Because no one did anything but stand there. No one. And that's why I say all that blame goes squarely at all those people's feet. Because that child was put in a position to where her life really was in danger. Her life really was in danger. And ultimately it's gone. And we could have been looking at 3 dead people instead of 2, or instead of 1. We really could have. So it's just sad, man. It's a sad situation. It really is. And I want to speak to Tay. Like what you're getting at, bro, is it's a conversation for a different day. I see what you're getting at. People in the hood. It's a systemic problem. It really is. It's a system problem. But yeah, I get where your heart is, bro. Just know I understand you. But for this situation, this type of situation, though they're in the hood, though they're in that environment to where they feel they have to survive, bro. Like, if you're not putting emphasis on trying, listen, as a parent, this is me as a parent, because I grew up in that type of environment, right? Didn't have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? The resources low. You have to make do with what you have to make do. And yeah, sometimes shit got hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying? You in the hood. But the type of parent I try to be is, no matter where I am, because I've been homeless as a parent, no matter where I am in my life, I want my kids to be better than me. And if we're not teaching our kids that shit, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. I really don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Like, I want my kids to be better than me in every aspect. And yeah, it's going to cause me to clash heads with my kids, but I know where my heart is at the end of the day, so I don't give a shit. Like, I want you to be better than me. So if I realize you fucking up somewhere and I know where that road leads you, it's my job as a parent to get you out of that path and onto a better one. And if you're not doing that shit, then I don't know what the fuck it is you're doing, bro. I really don't.
Yep. Moral of this story, man, not all cops bad cops, man. Not all, because if he was really that kind of a cop to just be like, he could have just let this girl go off and kill them 2 girls and then shoot her and then be like, yo, we tried non-lethal shit. You know, by the time or they just could have kept driving by or been like, I don't see nothing. You know, like they could have been on some obnoxious type comic book level shit, you know, but the fact that he did what he had to do because he saw another girl's life in danger, not having a full story, not knowing what the fuck was going on. He was like, weapon, she going after her. She just tried to kill this girl. I got to do what I got to do. You know, suspended with pay apparently, and they're going to do their whole investigation thing. I will say shout out to the mayor or whoever was involved in the city of Columbus to immediately make that video public, because normally you would have to wait months and months before they make something like that public. and this would have came out
Right.
in July or August, and we just now be finding
Right.
out about this. So, shout out to that. And also, I want to say LeBron probably owes uh, the officer who did the shooting an apology. Did you see when he tried to? Boy, it's an
Yeah.
emotional
He's like,
wave,
you next.
man. When you on the social
It
justice
is.
thing, when you're on the social justice ride, and you know that the verdict just gets announced, and then you see this, and you just automatically assume the worst, and you're just like, "You're next." Hashtag accountability, all caps. And then you see the video and you hear stories, and then you delete the tweet. Good on you for deleting the tweet, but it's out there now, LeBron. So you have to come back and be like, "Hey, this is what happened. I posted this without the knowledge." Like, just tell people you was wrong, LeBron. Just come out and tell people you was wrong. You're not perfect, my guy. You're not perfect.
Yeah.
90% of the stuff you
Yeah.
speak and stand up about, it's legit shit, man. You just can't be right all the time, man. And maybe this will teach
Right.
him to kind of sit back and fucking you know, get the pick. Because somebody tried to come at me because my status this morning, I was like, R.I.P. Mikaya Bryant, or Mikaya Bryant with a little tear. And
Yeah.
well, now that you know now more stuff about, you want to change your status? I'm like, no, because
No,
she's
it's still
gone.
sad.
Like,
The
there's
girl
a
died.
15-year-old
Yeah.
who is still gone. Like, why would I want to change my status because of that? Not like she went in there and shot up a church, on a Sunday, or fucking any other insert random ass mass shooter type shit. Um, it's sad that happened. But I 100% agree with Mac, man. That's why I had this bonus episode idea. I was like, I want to get this shit off our chest, so when we roll into Friday, trying to have fun and stuff. Because I said, man, we was gonna come back this week with the jokes because last week's episode was kind of heavy. We wanted to knock this shit out now with a bonus episode to start dialogue. It looks like it's happening in the comments. Joanne, again, shout for throwing that post in the group. Dialogues happen on that as well. And then I see people in here starting different threads talking about different other things and stuff. So
Yeah.
uh yeah, it's what CJ said. Instead of deleting the tweet, he should have just replied to it. Um no, I see why he would delete it, because I mean he has some fans, and maybe like I said, people ride that emotional high to such social justice stuff, man, and they probably be like, nah, he's still wrong. Because I mean, we still got people in here. We still got people here
Yeah.
that just really think the
Yeah.
officer was out of pocket for doing what he did. So he took it down. I think that was the right move. I think he needs to come out now that everybody knows you had this shit. And you know what news source hit me up on my alerts to tell me about it?
What?
Guess which news network hit me up? Fox News. Fox News was like, LeBron quit. I was just like, boy, y'all quick on that one, boy. Y'all quick on that one, Fox. We got one. We got one.
Hey, Allen, get him.
We got yes. LeBron was just like, oh man, they got me. Now you got to say something, LeBron. They got you, bro.
Yeah,
they got
you got me.
Right before Space Jam. Oh, well, you know you got to apologize now. Space Jam coming out. Woo, woo. Black already said he wasn't going to watch it. Now he really not going to watch it because you out here wilding, LeBron. But no, that's all I got, man. That is all I got. I'm glad we were able to get this discussion, get this out there. I'm glad you got that point of view out there. Because things like this need to be said, man. Like, I don't want you guys tuning in and be like, damn, Mac was going in on police 4 days ago. Now this happens.
Yeah.
I want you to know, like, we try to be objective. We try to sit back and look at everything. The stuff I was mad about, I think I was legit. I had a good reason to be mad about, but I wasn't going to come up here this week and be like, shooting another black person, especially in that situation. Cops still got to protect everybody, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
You want to say anything before we call it quits on the bonus?
Yeah. So Friday, since we got like a higher crowd in here than we do on Fridays, that's wild. So Friday come
they
back
like the bonus
shit. I know, right? We'll be doing Black Card Revoked live on Friday. Since our Patreon members liked it so much. So we'll be doing it for the group in a whole. So come join, come play Black Card Revoked, and let's have some fun. I had to get the shit off my chest before we did Friday, because I would have been drunk like Mac last Friday and been going in, and my words wouldn't have been as coherent. I'd have just been rambling. So I had to do this one sober, but get my thoughts out there. You know.
Nah, that makes perfect sense, bro. No harm, no foul in that. Yeah. Also, Mortal Kombat this Friday. I'm probably gonna try and watch it Thursday midnight or something, because I'm coming home talk about that.
Hell yeah!
And then what else? Last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier 2 Friday. So we're gonna have some stuff to talk about. Yep. And all of that. So come back Friday, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern is when we do it. That's when we try to do it. Expect some Rolexes and stuff. If you're busy Friday, it's cool because you know where to find the stuff. When you wake up Saturday, come back to the group, watch it, go to the YouTube channel, watch it. Last week's episode is now up on Spotify, Google, all that good stuff. So Patreon's got it a couple days before. Hint, hint. If you want that shit early, get on that Patreon. We're actually going to do this as a bonus episode, but good on Mac. Good on Mac for saying, let's go to the group and have that dialogue. So that's what it is. We may try to do more bonus episodes, kind of more lighthearted ones for the Patreons, just to give you guys an extra bang for your buck. So it's just trying to work out the calendar and stuff. But yo, Cook says take him out with some bars, man. Or you could just tell him when your albums get.
Oh yeah.
You can cut my perfect segue. Good alley-oop.
Yeah. I got an album coming. So I'm still waiting on one more verse, but I was waiting on 2. Now I'm waiting on 1. And once I get that 1, which should probably be this weekend, and then I'll mix it, and then hopefully it'll be out soon. So it all depends on this weekend.
Hey, Cook, did he ask you to be on his album, or he was just stiff arming you, bro?
You know what? I ain't seen Cook in like 2 years, bro.
Black said you don't rap no more, Philly. Black said you don't rap no more, Reggie.
Oh, I ain't say that. Don't let him lie to you like that.
Oh, I'll be out here. I'll go get my fake beard. I'll be snack.
Don't let him lie to you like that.
Cool. And then special shout out to CJ Reed.
Looking for verse 1. I really want to get on the track with verse 1. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting that shit for years.
CJ know about verse 1. CJ know about verse 1. Also shout out to CJ for rocking and buying this SmokePit VIP shirt. He got the picture of it in the group. So shout out to you, my guy. That shit look clean as fuck. Yes, sir. I'm gonna say it. Anyway, that's all we got, man. I really appreciate you guys jumping in the comments, having actual discussions, being great members of the group. And also shout out to those who didn't really agree or see eye to eye with what me and Mac was saying, but that's y'all opinions, and y'all can still feel that way. No love lost. I think at the end of the day, everybody is sad that Mikaya is no longer here with us. So with that being said, this will conclude the bonus episode. Concludes the bonus episode of the Smoke Pit. I am always your homie Mac, aka your boy.
And I am no longer in rant mode, but this is Bread Like a King, Matus Calvin Kaylee. Thank y'all for joining the bonus episode. Y'all have a good night.